Welcome to the North and Mouth Podcast, episode 5, and today, Jack, we owe an apology to Tom MacDonald. First of all, we have been accused of being what?
Boomers,
which we searched up and was apparently somebody in their 30 pluses that harks back to an earlier age.
Yeah, relevant to you, not so much to me.
He says. But anyway.
Yeah.
The one thing that nowadays it's easy to just jump on someone and go, "You're wrong," and I'm going to shit on you for being wrong.
Very easy.
Yes.
Yeah, I do it a lot.
Now, I was the one who commented back on the YouTube channel
to our friends Carol and I forget.
A dodgy name. Whatever your name is, apologies.
Shout out to you.
Yeah. Whoever said "Y'all don't know rap" was particularly beautiful. But we thought we'd go back and look at his music.
Yeah, because it were pointed out that we judged him on his looks before we even considered the music. And he's come out with a song recently called "I'm Sorry." Mm-hmm. So we thought this was a perfect opportunity to sort of get a new first impression. Yeah.
Now, I initially will judge somebody on the whole package. So if they look like a cunt, which he does, he really does.
Yeah, he does.
I'm going to be a bit like, what is this? What is this? You're going to be surprised by what I'm going to say today. No, I am not kowtowing to cunts on the internet. And because it's not my kind of music.
Yeah.
However, in the last 20 minutes, when I was driving home, I listened to a few other songs, and I actually we'll get to that other one in a sec. I'm just building up to that one.
Okay.
The White Boy one.
Yeah.
I listened to the lyrics.
Okay.
And I quite enjoyed the lyrics because it's the bits in it were quite. It was almost touching on you can't say anything anymore, and you get shat on for. Like if you say, if you're white, you can't say something's black or whatever, and you get shit for it, and you say you're racist. I'm like, what have I said? That
is one of our common descriptors for some of the beers that we've had over the past couple of weeks.
Well, but going back to our, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
What did you think of the lyrics?
Now I like Tom MacDonald. I think lyrically he's great. Some of the subject matter,
delivery or content,
both to some extent. But the content, I'd rather him just write good rap songs rather than trying to get the controversy, trying to get the viral views.
Yeah.
Lyrically, and the content that he puts out, the videos are really well made. But I feel like a lot of his talent's wasted on trying to create controversy.
I thought that because I thought I had only listened to that diss battle one, and a few other bits. I hadn't really gone back and listened to the ones where he's actually giving a message, like the one I said about the White Boy one.
Yeah,
I've kind of felt the same frustration with certain things.
There's another one called Straight White Male that's on a similar theme. Again, it's great. The video's really well made.
I enjoyed his more aggressive style in certain songs, like the "I'm Sorry" was quite aggressive.
It started off quite relaxed.
Yeah, I don't like the laughing that he does.
He does that in quite a few of the songs, I think.
Yeah, I'm not keen on that. And the slow ones are a bit like you were saying, when he starts doing the disses at people or the I'm God and all this blah 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 bullshit. Yeah, I can't be arsed with that. I found it really a lot more interesting listening to that White Boy one and to an extent the "I'm Sorry" one, because wasn't one a response to the backlash? It wasn't that.
The "I'm Sorry" was the response to some backlash that it apparently had.
I'm not sure if it was "I'm Sorry." I think it was another one.
There's something in the lyrics to "I'm Sorry" about sorry for dissing that guy, and it is a response to the Matt Lethal thing, which we discussed a few weeks ago. There were some interesting lyrics in "I'm Sorry." The one that struck out to me is complicated calculations made to rape the paper. I'm not sure what that means because there's nothing about money and maths anywhere remotely close to that line. Yeah. But it was a good song.
You've got to fill a song out.
Yeah, you've got to fill it. And then towards the end of the song, it did turn into sort of, when Eminem does an angry song.
Yeah.
It turned into that, where waving chainsaws, get your brain chopped into 8 parts. It turned into an Eminem
quite like
song.
The way that went together, because did he say about putting it together with pins or something?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. There were all sorts of stuff, but it just turned into an angry Eminem track for the last verse.
I didn't mind the aggressive delivery, but I enjoyed the lyrics of one's. What's the one where he's? Is it Everyone Hates Me? The one where he's got the Make America Hate Again balaclava? Is that the
Yes, I think so.
That was quite interesting. The lyrics in that were quite interesting. I don't like people that take themselves too seriously.
And he definitely doesn't.
No. But he does when he starts saying. That's what I have about certain like rap music, when it's you get people that go off about guns and blah blah blah, and they're like college educated, and it's a bit like.
Yeah, it's when you find out Die Antwoord, who we discussed last week, are privately educated.
Exactly.
Takes the edge off a bit.
Yeah, but then if you were to turn around and go, by the way, this is just my performance, and you go, okay, fair enough, you go for it. But people that try and pretend to live it makes me a bit.
What were your view on Boom Bap 101, which was the one that we were instructed to watch by one of our angry commenters? 'Cause I didn't bother watching it because I thought
the notes I wrote down in it were it was very slow and dull.
Right.
I wasn't interested in the lyrics.
No.
I wasn't interested in this. I thought it was a bit blur. But I did listen only about 20 minutes ago to that. Have you heard Ashes? That only came out like 2 weeks ago.
No.
I really enjoyed it.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll give that one a listen.
It's like you're writing it down. Like, right, okay, fine.
I'll give that one a listen.
Mainly because I always enjoy when you mix a bit of rap and a bit of rock metal. I've always enjoyed that collaboration.
I might have watched the video for that one.
And the chorus, aside from other songs, because I found that whenever he drifts into singing slightly, ever so slightly, it's all very auto-tuned, which tells me that he can't sing at all.
Yeah. Some of the ones that I've listened to, you can hear the auto-tune. Yeah, it is terrible.
And it's like just whatever.
Yeah.
But that one didn't seem to have it. But the actual chorus was really enjoyable.
I
enjoyed it.
I can see the word lisp written on your piece of paper there.
Yeah, you can tell the first diss track.
Yeah, I don't think that's a lisp.
No.
I think it's all this stainless steel and fake diamonds, the grill thing.
He'll take them out when he's doing it, surely.
I don't know.
Slipknot didn't wear their mask when they were recording the track.
True, but some of them are sort of semi-permanent things. They don't just come out and go back in.
How does this thing work then, the teeth thing?
The grill?
Yeah, how does that work? Are
It's
they attached or is it like a denture?
It's like veneers.
Really? Oh, fuck that.
My brother had a gold tooth. It looked pretty cool.
Yeah, but there's a gold tooth and then there's
a
like
full blinged out grill, isn't there?
Diamonds are
difference.
Sharp.
I can't see them being real diamonds.
What are you trying to say? Are you saying friend of the show, Tom MacDonald?
Well, he claims to have 12 million in one of the diss track videos.
Right, okay.
But in the same song, he also claims to have only sold 20,000 copies of his album. So
yeah,
those numbers don't tally up properly for me.
But if he's putting on an act and it's all one big show, then that's fine.
Yeah.
So
in conclusion,
I don't dislike him as much as I'm not sitting there going I'm his biggest fan.
Has Carol changed your mind?
She's true.
What do you think of his aesthetic?
Oh, he still looks like a cunt.
Yeah, he definitely still looks like a cunt.
Yeah, there's no getting around the fact he looks... I will go back to what I said a couple of episodes ago where I said that he looks like the worst of humanity is and shat into a bowl and because it is a bit meh, and I get making your own thing, but you're not making your own thing, you're taking bits of other things.
It is a bit much, and my issue is fully committed now to being this viral sort of controversy wanting artist, because he's got the terrible tattoos, he's got the terrible haircut, and it's not something that can just be immediately changed to...
Yeah. This is why I don't do tattoos. I'm convinced in like 20 years or 30 years. Do you remember, like, if you looked at, say, like grandparents' tattoos? Like, my granddad had this really like haggard tattoo on his forearm, like proper navy and everything.
Yeah.
And you know, it looked like, I'm thinking in years to come, you're going to be looking at people of our age that are good, like, are all like, you know, like, and going, oh, fucking hell, God, that was a weird time, wasn't it, when everyone was just getting them, and especially the ones getting them on their face. I mean, I remember when Mike Tyson got a tattoo on his face and everyone was going, what a nutter.
Yeah, but he was a nutter.
He is a nutter.
Yeah, animal. Absolute
animal. But in conclusion, I have more of a respect for the certain types of certain
I
tracks
think you're coming round to the idea of rap music.
But I don't enjoy rap per se. I don't enjoy the facade of pretending you're God and you're this and you've got guns and money and blah blah blah. If you're going to do something like that, I actually quite enjoy something that someone's going to take the piss and say. And if you've got a message, which some of those songs had, then I get that. But in conclusion, it was all right. And this episode has been sponsored by the Tom MacDonald Foundation. You sent me something that you thought was going to get me triggered.
Yeah, I feel like I've succeeded. This was suggested by my cousin Thomas, who, he hit the nail on the head with this one.
Did he suggest to piss me off, or just in
general?
Oh
yeah. He knew you'd hate it.
Right.
I don't think you've ever met him. You might have met him once, but he gets the general vibe. And right. Thought you'd hate it. Was he correct?
I couldn't finish it. We are talking about Bugzy Malones. What is it?
It's an interview done in a documentary style called Be Inspired. He's also got a song called Be Inspired, but this is the interview.
Almost like a sort of promotion for a song.
Yeah, sort of. Yeah. What were your view on it? I know you said you didn't finish it, but...
I didn't finish it. I couldn't finish it.
Oh, okay.
It seemed so staged to me as well. There was bits where it was almost like he was looking into the distance, and there would be bits where he'd say something, say, profound, but it would cut just before it and after it, like he's gone.
I will say, you use the word profound. I'd say that's pretty loose, a loose description of some of these. I've got some quotes. We'll get onto them.
But he kind of, it's almost like it was cut and gone, like, what was that thing I've got to say? Right, and then he would say it, and then he would cut back away again. I thought it was quite staged. It felt staged to me.
Right.
And I've got this thing about depression, and I think people that start talking, like, a lot of people use it as like a
catch-all for being a bit sad.
Well, a bit like listen, I've been through depression. And I've come out the other side, and I know what I'm talking about. It's like we all deal with different levels of depression.
Yeah. And
just because you've gone through something, that doesn't mean that you are now the answer. You know, to turn around and come out with some really bog standard basic, you know, like, just got to, believe in yourself. And you just got to keep going, and you can't, you're going to fail, but you've got to keep going. Like, everyone fucking knows that.
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean. He did come out with a lot, but, like, don't get me wrong, I like Bugzy Malone. I think his music's great. He come out with some utter bullshit in this interview. Quite early on, he said, "Progress is irreversible."
Right.
That's bullshit. Look at, our next Thomas Cook. How much fucking progress they've made over the past 100 plus years. That's all just been reversed. Yeah. Did you hear the bit he said about the treadmills? Did you get that far?
Oh, that was weird.
Yeah, he said, you've got two treadmills in your life. A positive treadmill and a negative treadmill. And all you have to do All you have to do to succeed in life is focus all your energy on the positive treadmill, and things will come to you down along the treadmill, not to trip you up, to have a positive influence.
I did think that he was saying this, but then it was like, well, what's with the bad treadmill then? Surely can't you just use the treadmill analogy and say there will be things dropped onto it that you've got to sort of like, they're the bad things?
Yeah, I thought the exact same thing. Why not just turn the negative one off if there's two there anyway?
Just sell it on eBay.
Yeah.
Get rid of it. You don't need it.
The other thing with the homework thing, did you get that far?
I might not have got that far.
He said, all you have to do to succeed in life, everybody has homework, and you have to go home and fill in what you want from life in your head. You have to give really good descriptions in the description boxes. And he kept using the term description boxes. All you have to do is fill in the description boxes.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's the thing. This is what I'm saying. It seemed to be that the whole thing was built into sections where he had like a little analogy that made no sense, but it was all built around that. It was building up to an analogy which he would come out with, and it would write on the screen like, "No, that's your message."
Yeah.
And then it would move on to the next one, but they made no sense.
Like one of them was, you have to create your own 9-to-5 job, and then do it 24/7. How that works with 9-to-5 jobs beyond me, but that's what pioneership is.
Pioneership.
I'm pretty sure it's not a word, but is taken verbatim from this video.
Yeah. Another thing that I found, he went on about saying that he referred to himself as King in the North.
Yeah, that's his. He's got it tattooed across his.
And it was on like decals and stuff, which didn't look very good. It was stuck to the side. I mean, at least if you're going to match something to the back of a vehicle, it's got to be the same colour, but
right.
I digress. So that's a Game of Thrones reference. So he's obviously just, that's nicked straight from that, because he even mentioned
that is mentioned, yeah.
Yeah, he mentions that.
Yeah.
But then later on, he goes on to say, you can't
give yourself a nickname.
You can't give yourself a nickname, so it doesn't stick.
True. Yeah.
It doesn't stick. So you can't name yourself, but you've just said 2 minutes before that you named yourself that, which isn't original because you've taken it from a TV show that you probably like.
True.
And can I make it clear as well? Bugzy Malone isn't a original name either. Bugzy Malone was a film.
Yeah,
it's a child gangster film.
Aaron Davis or Adam Davis.
It was it's
not
quite
even
good.
Remotely close.
It is actually quite good. I haven't not seen it in years, but I think
the film is great. Bugzy Malone is great.
But what we can clarify from this, that he is not at all original. Everything is just. This is what I'm saying. This is what I don't like, people that just take something and just do the same shit. There's nothing about him that's original. Can I also make another point as well about him?
Yeah, feel free.
All this shit about TNF and everything.
Yeah.
And in one of his videos, the one where he's like silly arsingly leaning out of the window.
Yeah.
Bollocking on about
TNF being the North Face.
Yes.
Of people that don't work in the industry.
Yes. Apologies. When it's showing clips of him back in the day, he's just got loads of TNF stuff on.
Yeah.
I thought that'd have been quite embarrassing to leave that in, but
yeah, but it probably never intended on.
Yeah,
I don't know. It would probably in his job description box on his homework. Take on the North Face.
Yeah, there was bits that were interesting, but another thing I found that was a bit weird. He'd be doing, the standard English sort of rapper talking voice.
Yeah, the I'm a gangster voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was hilarious about that documentary was that he's coming out with his statements in that voice. But when he starts going off about something that he's actually interested in, when he starts talking about the boxing...
When he gets a bit passionate.
He goes, well, mank.
Yeah.
He drifts back into his actual proper accent.
Yeah, and then, he did get really
and it's almost like, oh shit, no, I'm supposed to be a gangster.
Yeah.
And then goes straight back into it again. Bizarre. The boxing thing... For the majority of what I listened to, it was about the boxing and how much he liked boxing and how much he was going to be a champion and how much he was going to be... I thought a bit like... I'd have had more respect for you if he'd have carried on doing that.
I think he got locked up and lost his licence.
Locked up and...
Lost his professional boxing licence.
He didn't mention that.
No, he does. He mentions going to prison.
I must have drifted off. Or lost consciousness.
Yeah, he might have done at that point. He got into a fight outside of a fight and got locked up for it, and he lost the ability to go and do professional fights. Well, I get he's had a tough upbringing, and he has done really fucking well. His new thing, if you watched it right to the end, is took his own work home again, and he's refilled in his description boxes. And his new challenge is to make it in America. He wants them to know who he is. He wants them to know that he is king in the north.
Right. Self-appointed king in the north.
Yeah. He says about going to Hollywood at the end of the video. So probably see him in some films in the next couple of years.
Oh, I can't wait for that.
Yeah.
What films do you think he would be in?
Something as terrible as
Expendables 16?
Triple X.
Yeah.
Which I watched the most recent one of that has Michael Bisping in it. Dreadful film. But off topic. That's a topic for another week.
Yeah.
So your Bugzy Malones documentary, you loved it.
I started when you sent it to me, and I watched the first 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh god, this is going to be horrendous. And I sat down and watched it, and parts of it, I enjoyed the boxing bit more, to be honest, and him talking about the boxing.
Yeah.
Because I like boxing,
see where you come from.
And I get that, but I just think nothing about him to me seems original or worthy of listening to. Because every aspect of him just seems to be, to me, because God forbid I would have my own opinion.
Carol.
Because y'all don't know my feelings. It's just boring. And like I said, we can't do gangster in this country. It just looks embarrassing.
It does a bit.
And also, what the fuck was up with that room that he was sat in?
That's his garage.
That's his garage?
I think so,
It was like a mix between like a front room and a garage. I couldn't work out what it was. There was some random shit in there.
It's on some other videos that he's done, and like when they turn round, it's like his Lamborghini's sat there and like
the weird house. The house that I wouldn't expect him to get, which is...
It looks like a farm.
It does, yeah.
I think he calls it his castle or something.
I liked it. I quite like the house. Nice, the house looked really nice.
But to have drawn that house and then have it built must be like a nice feeling. But it's not a gangster house. It looks like a
which is fair enough. Farm. It's a nice house. But I'm not being funny. But when he started showing the pictures, and it was
his colorings in.
It's like some crayon. Like make that for me.
Yeah.
So I mean,
here's a drawing. Yeah, you go and make that.
You go and make that.
That's probably what he's done with his little holster that he makes for his Be Malone clothing brand and his trainers. Yeah, colouring some trainers.
That logo is shite.
It's massive. Like they never do a small version of the Be Malone. It's like a compass.
It's horrible. It's a shit compass. I'm sorry, Bugzy. It's a horrible logo.
And the smallest you ever see it on any is about that big. It's huge.
Yeah, it's unnecessarily massive.
It's sort of like a rip-off of Stone Island. Like a bad Stone Island rip-off.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm not a fan of that. So I am still yet to be impressed by anything Bugzy Malone
I'll find
produces.
a good Bugzy Malone track for us to review one week.
Well, if we get into the thousands in these episodes...
Yeah, I might be able to find one.
What do you think is the best one?
Of his, off the top of my head, put me on the spot now.
Well, what do you think... What do you like about the lyrics?
It's hard to think of specifics on the spot. They are not upbeat, and I don't want to say they're inspiring, but they're just interesting because they are about him, growing up and going through hardships, blah 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 blah. We've been through all this before. It's just good music. You can say that about any. I can pick any artist. And, right, what do you like about their lyrics?
I've got this bloke called Tom MacDonald, who I'm a massive fan of.
He's done 2 tracks called MEN 1 and 2.
Right.
And MEN 1 were done about 3 years ago, something like that. And it's literally about him making it. Or what he thinks at the time he's making it. And it's like, one of the lyrics is, I've got a new 3-bedroomed crib. And then it's blah, 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 blah. But then in the second one, it's like, he's going on about, he thought he'd made it before, because he were driving around in like an M3, and now he's got the Lamborghini and he's got the 7-bedroom house. And
yeah, see that's just meh. That's just boring. I always think it's a bit lording it over people. Like, look, I've got loads of money.
Would you not if you had loads of money?
Not like that. I wouldn't.
Would you not look down on those peasants?
Yeah, but I wouldn't be making shit music. Right, so there's something else in the news lately, and the demise of Thomas Cook.
Yeah, the absolute meltdown of a 100-plus-year-old company. Now, I love going on holiday. I live for going on holiday.
Yeah, you're always on holiday.
I'd like to be. Yeah, I'd like to be. It's been in the news a lot this week. It's gone into absolute meltdown. Like the company's gone bump. That's it. 20,000 staff across the world. 1.5 million holidaymakers and future holidaymakers have had their holidays cancelled.
I saw that. So it was mentioned that there was going to Spain. There was like 115,000 over the next 2 weeks alone.
Yeah,
booked through Thomas Cook.
Yeah, it's unbelievable numbers of people book their hotels through them. But not just their hotels, the entire package. There's been some weird stories come out about it. But my thing is, how can a company like that go bump? All they do is book flights, book hotels. They run their own flights, probably run some of their own hotels, but if you're running flights and you've been doing it for 100 plus years, you know how much it costs to run that flight. So you have a baseline ticket price, so you never make a loss. I don't understand
the thing is
how this company can not make money.
They are on the high street as well.
Well, that were a mistake since early 2000s when the internet come in. Close all your high street shops.
It's come into its own now, totally. Yeah, I get that you can book online.
Yeah, but 10 years ago you could book online. 10 years ago they should have closed all the high street shops and become an online only company.
Or at least started to phase them out. Because they did say that it's a lot of older people that don't know how to use it. I mean, I'm not being funny, but I've got relatives that are like in their 70s that know how to use the internet. It's not like... Yeah. But I get that there are some people that don't understand, and that's why they go, and they like to kind of,
They like a catalogue and a book and a magazine that you can get, but you're not going to lose the majority of your customers. The majority of the stories that I've seen, they're not old people. It's people that have weddings. It's people that have funerals to go to. It's people that, once in a lifetime trips.
That's because the old people that were out there were the first to drop, you see.
Yeah, they're dead now.
Yes.
I see it as they have a social responsibility to the staff and the customers, really.
Well, the ones that are just stuck out there and everything. Did you see the stories of the people that were... the hotels are asking people to pay?
In Tunisia, they locked the gates and weren't letting people leave until they'd paid again for their accommodation.
Because the idea being that you pay Thomas Cook before you go, and then they sort it out.
Yeah, after you get back, apparently, or at the end of the month, Thomas Cook settles their account with the company. The country that I heard was Tunisia, which I'm not saying it's third world, but it's pretty third world in Tunisia, innit? Let's be serious. That's a scary country to be being held hostage at the end of the day by a hotel.
No. Well, people being asked to pay, like, from what I was hearing, like 800 quid
plus. Whatever your hotel were. If you'd gone for 2 weeks all inclusive, 5-star hotel, it'd be $2,000. Easy.
Yeah, totally.
And who at the end of their holiday has got any cash left at all? Who's spunked it up the...
Oh, exactly. You've budgeted. You've already paid for your holiday, so you're only taking with you your spends.
And if they're asking at the end of your holiday, well, now you need to pay, you've spent all your spends.
Yeah, exactly.
It's gone.
What can they do?
I don't know.
But you get like atoll protected, don't you, as well? So
yeah.
Where does that?
But that's just an insurance. You get paid out after the fact. So now the people that have holidays booked that have been cancelled will be able to claim it back in theory. But my guess is whoever runs the atoll insurance will go bump.
Because of the amount of money having to pay out. Yeah, I get that. Or there was all these weird things that I heard yesterday that you could claim in a certain circumstance and not if others, and if you did it on a voucher, that voucher wasn't valid. But there was one woman I'd heard that had got £3,000 worth of Thomas Cook vouchers.
She'd won them through work. Yeah, I read this as well.
Couldn't use them because obviously they're null and void now.
Oh no, there were one that I read, and him or her had won them through work, and when they heard they were going to go bankrupt, they went and booked a holiday in the hope that they'll be able to claim it back off the atoll insurance and get something for them. So they bought upgraded flights and all sorts of mad stuff, everything they could to take it right up to the penny on these vouchers to try and claim it back. Whether or not they'll be able to, they've not lost anything either way.
But she's come out and said that was exactly what they were doing, so you don't deserve that money.
Well, why don't they?
Because she's come out and said it.
Yeah, I suppose so.
It's like robbing a bank and then walking out and going,
no beds. The other thing is the sort of, would you call it, predatory marketing that a lot of the other companies are doing.
Yeah. I heard one today that I forget which one it was, but it said something about reliable.
Yeah, well, the one that I were looking at was a woman that had booked to take her kids to Disneyland through Thomas Cook. £3,000 she'd paid. Got cancelled, got paid out straight away somehow. Went to rebook it with somebody else, and they wanted 22 grand because they know people are desperate to book holidays. There was all this thing,
wasn't there? I'd heard that people complaining that the prices were being raised up, which is fucking scandalous.
Which it's going to happen. It's a supply and demand market.
But fuck me,
there's taking the piss.
That's taking the piss. That's literally just in an like an earthquake emergency thing going.
Yeah. Oh, bottled water, 10 quid a bottle now.
Yeah.
Well. I have a few people on Facebook and friends and family that they had holidays booked like close. Like my cousin was supposed to go next week. I have a friend that was supposed to go in a couple of weeks. They've been cancelled, and I don't think they've got the money back yet, but they must have stuck it on a credit card or had some savings or whatever, so they've just booked anywhere.
I suppose if you get it on the credit card, you can...
There's another level of insurance that you can get with that, but they've just booked an holiday anywhere, just because they've got the mindset, no, I'm fucking going on holiday.
Yeah.
I've booked an holiday, I'm going on a holiday.
I mean, especially sometimes you might be, for a big holiday, you might be like saving for a year, do you know what I mean?
So, and having missed a holiday recently...
Why did you miss that holiday?
Got stuck in traffic and missed the flights.
Yeah, fucking traffic.
Yeah, which we couldn't claim
on the
M60.
Back.
Yeah, Ring Road.
Yeah, fucking hate that. Is the worst. I have been on the M25 and I hate the M60.
Yeah, it's a horrible feeling. It's terrible, but people are finding light in it as well. Have you seen any of those stories?
No.
So when I was reading about the last flight stuff that people are trying to flog on eBay.
Right.
On a slightly lighter note, so a pilot's wing badge, so when the pilot been made redundant, selling this, blah blah blah, along with his tie and the rest of his uniform.
Opportunist.
Yeah, there was people selling. When you're on a long haul flight and they give you like a free blanket.
Yeah.
Like Thomas Cook branded, like limited edition now because there's no more of them.
Yeah.
A one-of-a-kind, unused, limited edition Thomas Cook sick bag. Glad that one were unused.
Would it be more if it was?
Yeah, there were all sorts of stuff. Used cabin crew tights. Now, I'm sure there's some fetishist I'm sure there's some market for that. But
are they branded tights?
Yeah, they get all the uniform, don't they? And a big company like that, they'd be branded.
As in, like, ladies' tights?
Yeah.
Is that not just like another thing? I mean, I don't know.
I don't know, because I've never seen a woman air hostess in pants. They always have a skirt on. So maybe they do.
Well, I've never noticed.
But yeah, people sort of making light of it and trying to find a silver lining. There was some nice stories about people having a whip round on flights for the people that have been made redundant.
I saw that. There was one sad story. There was some woman and her husband. Her husband was diagnosed with like cancer last year, and all the family had got together to... I think he wasn't given a year, but he was still alive after a year, so they said they'd go and make the most of it and get on holiday, and everyone had paid for it, and then it had gone fucked up, so the family did another whip round and got them away again.
There were like Thomas Cook staff members from the stores and the entertainers in hotels that they're just turning up to work because they know everybody's out there screwed, and they just like... There were one entertainer, and she just went in and she said, they've paid for their holiday. I know I'm not being paid, but I don't have a job. I've nothing else to do.
It's almost a bit like the musicians on the Titanic.
Yeah, sort of. There were members of the shops over here that were standing outside the shops trying to help people when they were turning up to find out what were happening. people are sort of sticking together, but it's still an absolute shit show that should have never happened.
Totally, considering that I'd seen that there were 7 non-binding offers for parts of the business that were rejected by the board in the build-up to it.
Yeah, and a build-up to a company of this magnitude going bankrupt takes years.
Yeah, well, they were. When you look back at the formation, it's not been one continuous company. It's been sort of merged. It's in its present form was merged from 2 companies, which were another company which were merged. So you have to follow it quite a bit back until you get to like original Thomas Cook. But
over the past, let's say 5 years, somebody's known this is going to happen.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Why didn't they close the shops? Why?
Because it all was sudden. As far as being released to the general public, it was all like, you're all fucked.
Yeah,
you're all fucked. But make sure you still go on holiday.
And why is it? When they were after money to keep them afloat, why is it the government that pays them out? Because they were after 200 million quid from the government. Why is it not the main shareholders? Right, I am selling so many of my shares
to the government.
Not to anybody, to any business, to some shady Chinese company.
Yeah, well, they won't care, though, will they? Because they'll
no. But if they can see, if you have a good business plan, to say, right, if we get this money, we're going to continue making money. We've just got a short cash flow problem. Somebody would buy them shares. But the fact that they wanted 200 million quid from the government, weren't getting it, says to me that even if they'd have got it, they'd have only given them another few months. Then it'd be Christmas time and they would be asking again. Or they'd just go bump. I'm not an expert on business. I could be talking bollocks for all I know. I've just realised here I am giving fucking multi-million-pound business advice and I know absolutely fuck all about it.
How many shares did you buy?
Me? I'd rather not talk about it.
Yeah. I did see as well. Did I see this seemed ridiculous, but £3.1 billion debt?
How? How does a company get into that much? Countries don't have that much debt.
Yeah, I know.
It's, again, like I said, I don't understand business fully because I see every year in the news companies will do like a first quarter loss of 100 and something million. I don't know how as a company you can make a loss of so much, but yeah, that's fine. Just carry on. It's mental.
Well, rest in peace, Thomas Cook.
Yeah, I'm glad my remaining holidays this year are not booked with you. As has sort of come tradition, you have a bit of a rant this week. All you've told me about it is it's around parking. Do you want to elaborate?
Yeah. The first to die when I take power will be the people that park in disabled spaces and the family spaces or mother and child spaces, whatever they're called.
So you don't like families or
when they are
disabled?
When they are neither of the two. When it's a cunt in a BMW, you can't be asked to walk 5 paces further.
All right.
When I go in the morning, I pop into Asda in the morning very early, and I won't. It's really not far from the normal spaces, the normal standard like spaces.
Yeah.
To the door. The disabled spaces are right next to it, but you'll get so many people that just park there. And the worst that I've had a couple of years ago, this van had come in and parked lengthways across 3 disabled spaces.
Very early in the morning, I can't see that being an issue.
Why, are you saying disabled people don't go out early in the morning?
Yeah, they're far too lazy to get out of bed. No, what I'm saying is nobody goes shopping that early in the morning. How early are we talking?
If it's the principle of the thing.
I think you're just being a bit soft.
No, I'm not.
If it were a busy time, if it were 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning, people are starting to go out, yeah, no, you don't park there. It's like if it were 3 o'clock in the morning, would you still have an issue with it?
Yeah, but that's just saying it's more of like a moral thing, and I think you're scum of the earth if you do that. I hate you. I would put you in a bag with cyclists.
Right, because I don't park in disabled spots, I draw the line there, but parent and child spots, park in them. Usually I've got somebody shorter than me in my car, so the sign is just a big person and a little person.
Who are you transporting around that's very little?
You, my wife. I don't have many passengers that are taller than me, if I'm honest.
True.
So as far as I'm concerned, that's big person, little person. Also, if you've got a child that can walk, you have no need to park in a parent and child spot. Parent and child spot are for people with children in, like, babies. Like, they're in a high chair and it's
certain
difficult
limitation.
to get to.
Yeah,
because I see people, like my mum my brothers are 21 and 20. If they go out shopping with my mum, that's parent and child. No need for them to park it, but legitimately they could park there. Also, there's certain levels of disabilities.
Surely you're not saying your brothers have got the mental ages of children, surely?
Have you met them? My other issue is people that unnecessarily have a blue badge.
Oh, yes.
Because
yes.
If you're disabled, but your mobility is not impaired, you have no entitlement to one of those.
Yeah, there is physical disability, which you should have one for.
Yeah.
If you've got a disability that is not physical, you shouldn't be in that parking space.
Yeah, if you're an epileptic, you don't need a parking space.
What's that? Yeah, what's that got? What's that?
Your legs still work.
Yeah, I mean, I won't.
Yeah, I'm not going to get into this because I know not all disabilities are visible.
Yeah, but that's different. That's say in a workplace, if you were being sort of put down because of a disability, that's different. But a parking space is for a physically.
Yeah, they're wider so that you know, because if you need to open the door fully to get out, or you need to get a wheelchair out.
Yeah.
If you don't need to do either of those things, you don't need a parking space that's close to the doors.
Exactly. I mean.
Also, my local supermarket, the disabled spots and the parent-child spots especially are further away from the doors than the normal parking spot. The parent and child are like round the corner and out the way.
Do they have more space though? There's a bit of
a little bit, yeah, a little bit at either side. But there's only 4 of them, and they're like round the corner. Like there's no benefit to parking there. It's hard to pull out, if anything. Whereas there's some that are like right next to the doors that are just normal parking spaces.
Or you think they're normal car parking space, and you're just an
I treat them as if they're normal car parking spaces. Also, if your kid's not in a pram or a I-seat or whatever, or can get out of the car on its own, why do you need a bigger space?
In the parent, well, they are. But
why? All right, my point should have been is, why do you need to park closer to the doors if you're a parent?
Less fuss, less hassle, less time. I don't know. I've no idea.
Sounds more like a problem for people that have made that mistake than me. Like, you're not in a rush. If you don't work because you've got kids and you're going doing shopping in the middle of the day, you're not in a rush.
True. But it is still busy because, as we found, people don't work.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't work.
Mental.
But at the end of the day, like I said, I hate those people.
Right, and on to our final segment. We've got some more beers, some of which are from Beer 52, and one that I've tried this one. I think it was this one before, but it's interesting. I'm going to start off with Beer 52 one. It's the Runabout Red American Amber Ale from Sebago Brewing Company.
Oh, right, yeah.
Which doesn't sound particularly American, but it's made in Maine and brewed for times like these.
For mockery.
Yeah. It says the wooden runabout means quality, craftsmanship, and a wicked good time. Here's to an American classic. So I think the Runabout Red might be a bought. So
we didn't do the research.
No, we research our excellent musicians and
we research the musicians. We sample the beer.
Yeah. Well, that's brown.
Mm-hmm.
Bigger glasses this week.
Yeah.
Now this doesn't have any mad flavours like some of our.
Yeah, we're lacking mad flavours.
Yeah,
this week.
we've gone for hopefully less horrible beers this time.
And for this time, let's lean back when we drink.
Yeah.
The last one I noticed.
Again, it was very loud.
Cheers.
Cheers. It's not as cold as I'd like.
Yeah.
We didn't refrigerate this one for reasons.
This one's been sat under the stairs.
Under the lights.
Yeah. It's all right.
Yeah, it's... Apparently you can get 10 cents if you return the can. I got distracted by the can then. It's all right. I don't know whether I'm a biggest fan of ales.
I don't mind ales. I never used to, but I prefer
pale ales.
Yeah.
To this sort of dark, cloudy. I know we said it twice last week, but I have had piss that looks like that. Out of 10, go on.
Well, we're going straight for the review now.
Yeah. So I feel like we might at some point have to have a different scale for horrible flavoured beers and non-flavoured beers, but
I'd give that a 6.
I'd give it a 7. So after a couple of pints, I'd probably get into the swing of drinking that.
Yeah, I retract that 7. If it was slightly colder.
Yeah, I feel like it could potentially be a strong 7, close to an 8 if it were cold.
Yeah, which I'm not sure if it's supposed to be cold, but because they're not really supposed.
Yeah, ales aren't supposed to be massively chilled.
But there are some ones you can get that are particularly nice.
Cold's got to be better than lukewarm.
Yeah, but it is a different. I mean, I wouldn't go to somewhere like Tesco's and pick up 3 ales and
something.
Yeah.
No, yeah, they'd sit in the fridge for an hour, wouldn't they?
Yeah. So you're saying 7?
Yeah, we'll go for 7 for that one. Right, our second one is from Rekatai Brewing Company. It just says dark lager on it. Some nice artwork, which apparently you can follow the QR code to read a story, which we won't do. There's no description. Literally, there's ingredients in Hungarian, and it says dark lager.
And where did you acquire this one from?
Beer 52. No, Luke gave me this one from Beer 52.
Right. Okay. This isn't part of the free samplage.
No. Oh, that is a weird...
Oh.
That is horrible looking.
That is a really horrible colour.
Might as well empty the can.
Oh, God. Look at that.
Yeah, that's... mine's mainly foam, but it looks like coffee with a splash of milk in. It's dark.
Do you know what? When I lived in Ireland, we had to rod the drains a few times.
Right.
That does look like the fluid that comes just before the turds.
Oh. Enjoy. Not keen. I quite like that. Really?
Oh. It might be because I had to fight my way through 5 inches of foam, but...
Mine equally foamy, and I did pour them well.
Do you want me to start pouring in the future?
I poured them well, and they still formed. I think it's...
I'm pretty sure it's because at the end you went...
It could have been, but yeah, I like that. It's nice.
No, that is absolutely vile, and that probably tastes similar to what follows the turds.
Follows or precedes?
Precedes, whatever. Whatever's in a drain. And before you ask... That's a 2.
A 2?
Yeah.
That's bold. So that's worse than the coffee porter.
I'm pretty sure the coffee porter was 2. We've
2.5.
That's got a horrible lingering taste at the end. It's like I've drunk some beer and someone's took a dump in my mouth.
Yeah, weird. That's nice. It's better than the fucking horrible grapefruit monstrosity that we had a couple of weeks ago.
Didn't I like that?
You did, I didn't.
What?
It's alright, that. I've nothing to say. It's not massively tasty.
It's not at all tasty. It tastes like shit.
It's a beige beer. It's like, when you were a student, how often would you go into a pub and I'll have a pint of your cheapest lager?
Yeah, but we're not students anymore.
Yeah, but I still do that. I did that on your stag do.
No, you didn't. You went the other way.
Oh, no, we don't talk about that.
6.25!
Fuck off, we don't talk about that.
We need to review that. We need to get that beer, if you can remember what it was.
I can't, but Rob apparently found it.
Rob does. Rob, forward it on to us, because we'll bring that one back into existence.
Yeah, this cloudy stuff
is fucking grim, yeah.
It's nice. I'll give it a 6.
Oh. 6.
Yeah.
Right. There's something wrong with you. You alright?
Are you alright? Mental. Right.
He says while having to clear his palate.
I'm looking forward to the last one. I'm hoping that it's just for reference point. Our first one was 4.4%. Our second one was 4.5%. And our third and final is 9.2%. It's the Mr. President Brewdog, the Defiant Double IPA. Now I've had something, but it weren't made by Brewdog, and it sounds pretty similar. While you finish your form, I'll read the description. It says, Mr. President, say hello to the President-elect of double IPAs, an all-American gung-ho of a beer. The First Amendment is full-on, full-tilt flavour. This is a beer superpower flexing its hoppy muscles. Immerse yourself in the star-spangled banner of big fruit, a Cadillac of chewy toffee malt rolls. And this is a DEFCON 1 of IPAs, an all-out bedrock patriot, hell-bent on global domination.
We're building up the tension with this one.
Yeah. Vote with your senses, vote Mr. President.
Now, there is a certain taste when you go over 6% in a beer.
Yeah.
That's sort of like, hang on a minute.
Yeah.
Something's different here. 9.2?
9.2, yeah. I'll pour this one well.
I thought you'd given me.
Looks nice.
It smells nice as well. God, you'd almost think this show was sponsored by Brewdog.
Please.
Happy to. Right. I really don't want to sound like Greg Wallace here, but...
smells fruity.
Yeah, it does.
Really fruity. It doesn't mention any fruit. Oh no, yeah, it says immerse yourself in the star-spangled banner of a big fruit. It doesn't specify a fruit.
Right. So you like this one?
I don't know. I've had a double IPA that were edging on this sort of, but it were a long time
ago. But not
ago.
that specific one?
No, I don't think Brewdog were a thing back then.
Right, well, down the hatch.
That's really nice.
It is, yeah.
That is better than the one that I had before. The one that I'd had before, I give a bottle to somebody once, and they described it as like drinking out of an ashtray.
That doesn't taste as strong as it is on there.
No, you could drink pint after pint of that.
Yeah.
And then probably
How
black
much
out.
was that? Was that more expensive than any others?
4 for £6.
Oh, right, okay.
Same offer as all the others, yeah. That has got to be our best one yet, I'd say.
I'll give that an 8.
I give it a strong 8.
Yeah.
It's bordering on a 9. It's tasty.
Thanks for watching episode 5 of the North and Mouth podcast, and we will see you next Tuesday.
Thanks for watching the latest episode of the North and Mouth podcast. Don't forget to subscribe. You can find us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Spotify, iTunes, all the normal places. Yeah.